Japan is full of unexpected traditions, from extreme work culture to quirky beauty standards and weekend marriages. Curious about tattoos, love hotels, or other unique customs? Discover the surprising side of Japan, only on Fledgling Eagle. 1. Lack of consequences for racism. In Japan, overt condemnation of racism isn't as prevalent as in some other nations, and discrimination based on race, nationality, or skin color is still a concern. Foreigners often face direct exclusion, employers can refuse to hire them, and landlords may deny them housing simply due to their non-Japanese status. A 2017 survey revealed that 39% of foreign nationals had their rental applications rejected because of their ethnicity, and 25% had difficulty finding jobs for the same reason. Additionally, some businesses display signs that explicitly refuse service to non-Japanese individuals. While racial prejudice in Japan tends not to manifest violently, it continues to create significant barriers to essential aspects of life, such as employment, housing, and access to services. 2. A culture of overwork. In Japan, the cultural norm places immense value on hard work, often leading to unhealthy and even tragic consequences. The concept of karoshi, or death by overwork, highlights the extreme toll this culture takes on individuals. In one heartbreaking instance, a 24-year-old woman named Matsuri Takahashi took her own life after being required to work more than 100 hours of overtime in just 1 month. She had openly discussed her struggles with Japan's demanding work environment on social media prior to her death. Sadly, this is not an isolated case. Many young workers in Japan face depression, burnout, and even fatal heart conditions as a result of excessive work hours and the intense pressure to perform. The phenomenon of karoshi has become an all too common occurrence, with stress-related illnesses claiming the lives of many. 3. The beauty of crooked teeth. In Japan, the beauty ideal surrounding teeth is quite unique compared to many Western nations, where straight teeth are often considered the standard of beauty. In Japan, having slightly crooked teeth is seen as charming and youthful, a trend particularly popular among women. This aesthetic is called yaeba, a term that translates to double tooth, and refers to the look of slightly protruding, uneven teeth. It's believed that this appearance gives a person a more childlike, innocent quality that many Japanese men find appealing. As a result, some women even opt for dental procedures to intentionally create this look, going so far as to have their teeth altered to conform to this beauty standard. Interestingly, this trend is so widespread that straight teeth are slowly becoming less desirable, with many women seeking to change their smiles to reflect the yaeba style. 4. Adoption of adults in Japan. Japan stands out globally with one of the highest adoption rates, but the majority of these adoptions are not of children. They involve adults, particularly men in their 20s and 30s. This unusual practice primarily serves the purpose of ensuring that a family business or name is passed down to a male heir when no biological son is available. In many cases, wealthy families adopt capable, often well-established adult men to inherit the family name and manage the family business. Sometimes these adoptions are more about preserving business legacies than about family expansion. This practice of adult adoption, particularly in the business world, ensures continuity within the family, even if biological heirs are not present. 5. The mask of politeness. In Japan, politeness plays an essential role in daily interactions, but sometimes this politeness hides true feelings, making it challenging to understand the underlying messages. The concepts of tatemae, public facade, and hon, true feelings, are central to this dynamic. For example, if a host offers you more food or insists you stay longer, this is often not a sincere request but rather a polite way of signaling that it's time for you to leave. A correct response would be to politely decline, signaling that you understand the underlying message. Similarly, if a Japanese person tells you that your Japanese is good, It might be a polite way of acknowledging your effort, even if they feel it's not quite accurate. This system of maintaining a courteous outer behavior while concealing personal opinions is deeply ingrained in Japanese society. 6. Renting a family member. In Japan, there's a unique service where you can rent a family member for various social situations. Whether for a wedding, a family gathering, or simply to avoid appearing alone at an event, people can hire individuals to act as their family members for a few hours. These rented family members can range from parents to siblings, or even a spouse, and can be chosen based on specific traits like age, appearance, and personality. The cost of hiring a family member typically ranges from $150 to $300, depending on the event and the role needed. This practice has gained popularity, particularly among individuals who may feel awkward attending social events alone, or who wish to project a certain image to others. 7. The culture of love hotels. Love hotels are a distinctive feature of Japan's hospitality scene, offering couples a private, discreet place to be together, often for a few hours. Unlike Western motels, which are often associated with negative connotations, love hotels are considered a symbol of status and luxury in Japan. They first became popular after World War II, when many young couples lived with extended family members and had limited opportunities for privacy. Today, love hotels continue to cater to couples who might live with roommates or parents, offering a secluded getaway. These hotels are known for their quirky, themed rooms, private entrances, and romantic atmospheres, providing a space where couples can escape the prying eyes of family or society. 8. KFC is the Christmas tradition in Japan. In Japan, Christmas is celebrated in a rather unique way, by eating Kentucky Fried Chicken. Despite the fact that only about 1% of the population in Japan is Christian, the holiday has become a popular occasion, and many Japanese families embrace the festive spirit. The tradition of enjoying KFC on Christmas dates back to a brilliant marketing campaign by the fast food chain in 1974. At the time, KFC capitalized on the growing influence of Western culture in Japan and promoted its fried chicken as the ideal holiday meal. This idea resonated with the Japanese people, who were eager to adopt new and exciting traditions from abroad. Over the years, the practice has become a national phenomenon, with millions of Japanese people flocking to KFC on Christmas Day. As a result, sales of KFC soar during the holiday season, and it has become synonymous with Christmas in Japan, despite the holiday's very different origins in the West. Many families now pre-order their meals weeks in advance to ensure they don't miss out on the festive KFC experience. 9. The Crying Baby Festival, Naki Zumo. The Naki Zumo, or Crying Baby Festival, is one of Japan's most unusual and endearing traditions, dating back over 400 years. During this unique event, sumo wrestlers compete to make babies cry, which is believed to bring good health, drive away evil spirits, and ensure a prosperous future. Wrestlers dressed in traditional sumo attire gently hold babies while trying various techniques to make them cry, such as growling, wearing scary masks, or making silly faces. The first wrestler to get a baby to cry wins the contest. However, if the baby laughs instead of crying, this is considered just as auspicious, and it is believed to indicate good fortune and health for the child. While the idea of making babies cry might seem strange or even cruel to outsiders, the festival is viewed in Japan as a playful, fun event meant to bring blessings to the babies. It's a lighthearted way for families to wish their children well-being, and it is enjoyed by participants and spectators alike. 10. Hikikomori living in isolation. The phenomenon of hikikomori is becoming an increasingly prevalent issue in Japan, where some young people choose to withdraw completely from society. The term hikikomori refers to individuals, usually teenagers or young adults, who isolate themselves in their rooms for extended periods, often for months or even years. These individuals avoid social interaction, school, work, and even family gatherings, and may refuse to leave their rooms for long stretches of time. This behavior is often linked to mental health issues, such as depression, social anxiety, and the intense pressures of modern life in Japan, where there is a strong cultural emphasis on perfection, achievement, and public image. The societal expectations placed on individuals, particularly in terms of success in school and career, can feel overwhelming, leading some to retreat from the outside world altogether. It is estimated that around 1.2% of Japan's population experiences hikikomori, although some experts believe the true figure could be higher. In recent years, the phenomenon has sparked a national conversation about the impact of Japan's high-pressure environment on mental health. 11. The tattoo stigma in Japan. In Japan, tattoos carry a heavy social stigma, largely due to their association with the Yakuza, Japan's infamous organized crime syndicates. For decades, tattoos have been linked to rebellion and criminal activity, and this connection has shaped public perception of body art. As a result, people with tattoos often face exclusion from public spaces, particularly places like onsens, hot springs, gyms, and swimming pools, where tattoos are considered inappropriate or even forbidden. This is not because of outright hatred, but due to a deep-rooted fear of being associated with the Yakuza. While tattoos are becoming more accepted in many other parts of the world, they are still viewed as symbols of defiance or criminality in Japan. For individuals who have tattoos but are not involved in organized crime, this can lead to feelings of social exclusion, as they may be barred from enjoying everyday activities. The perception of tattoos in Japan is slowly beginning to change, especially among younger generations, who see tattoos more as a form of self-expression or art. However, the stigma remains strong, particularly in traditional or conservative spaces, where tattoos are still largely seen as taboo. 12. Child independence, a cultural norm in Japan. In Japan, it's quite common to see young children, sometimes as young as 6, navigating the streets on their own, whether walking to school or taking the train. This practice is deeply rooted in the country's culture, where parents have a strong sense of trust in the safety of their neighborhoods. With one of the lowest crime rates in the world, Japan provides a secure environment where parents feel confident letting their children roam independently. In fact, children are often expected to complete errands, visit friends, or even go to the store by themselves, fostering a sense of independence from a young age. This norm is so integral to Japanese life that there's even a TV show dedicated to documenting children's first solo errands, showcasing the pride and responsibility that come with growing up in Japan. This early independence helps children develop strong self-confidence, resilience, and practical life skills that continue to benefit them as they grow older. 13. The culture of acceptable cheating. Cheating in Japan, though seemingly paradoxical given the country's traditionally low divorce rate, is surprisingly widespread and often considered an accepted part of married life. Many couples, especially in urban areas, may not expect absolute fidelity from their spouse. In fact, some individuals even visit hookup bars, places where people can meet others for secret, short-term affairs without fear of being judged. This practice reflects a cultural belief in Japan that it is unrealistic for one person to fulfill all of another's emotional, sexual, and personal needs. As a result, many individuals engage in extramarital affairs without it being considered a serious breach of trust. Rather than leading to divorce or public scandal, infidelity in Japan is often seen as a private matter that doesn't disrupt the broader family dynamic. While this might be difficult for outsiders to understand, it highlights the complex and sometimes contradictory nature of relationships in Japan, where loyalty to the family and respect for personal privacy can coexist with an acceptance of discrete extramarital relationships. 14. Fake food, a visual tradition. Japan is famous for its incredibly realistic fake food models, often displayed outside restaurants in the windows or on storefront displays. These models, made from materials like wax, plastic, or resin, are meticulously crafted to look exactly like the actual dishes served inside. They are not edible, but serve as an attractive visual representation of the restaurant's menu items, helping potential customers choose what they'd like to order. This practice began in the 1920s, when restaurant owners sought a way to entice people to come inside and sample their offerings. Over time, the fake food industry has become a vital part of Japanese dining culture. The models are so realistic that many customers have come to expect their meals to look just like the replicas on display. Some restaurants even specialize in creating custom fake food models for businesses, making this a booming industry in Japan. The detailed and lifelike nature of these models speaks to Japan's commitment to aesthetics and precision, ensuring that the visual appeal of food is just as important as its taste. 15. The surge in adult diapers. Japan is facing a demographic crisis, with one of the world's oldest populations, and this has led to a surprising shift in consumer goods, the rise of adult diapers. As Japan's population ages rapidly, the demand for adult diapers has surged, with sales of children's diapers declining in comparison. Today, more than 40% of all diapers sold in Japan are for adults, reflecting the increasing number of elderly individuals who need assistance with personal care. This trend is one of the many visible effects of Japan's aging society, where the proportion of elderly people continues to grow. With fewer young people and a shrinking workforce, Japan has seen a rise in elderly care needs, and adult diapers are an essential part of managing these challenges. This shift in diaper demand has prompted manufacturers to innovate in the design and comfort of adult diapers, making them more discreet and functional, as well as affordable for the elderly population. 16. Japan's aging population, a growing challenge. Japan is grappling with one of the most significant demographic challenges in the world, an aging population. Nearly a third of the country's population is over the age of 65, making Japan the oldest nation globally in terms of age demographics. This shift has far-reaching implications for Japan's economy, healthcare system, and social services. As the elderly population continues to grow, the government faces mounting pressure to provide adequate healthcare, pensions, and elder care services. At the same time, Japan's working-age population is shrinking, as fewer young people enter the workforce due to a combination of low birth rates and a high cost of living, particularly in urban areas. By 2040, it is estimated that Japan could face a shortage of as many as 11 million workers, which will further strain the economy. This demographic crisis is also contributing to the nation's declining birth rate, as young people prioritize career and financial stability over starting families. The government has attempted to address these issues by offering incentives for families to have more children and by encouraging immigration. But the country's rapidly aging society remains a key concern for the future. 17. The Manga Craze, a cultural and economic powerhouse. Manga, Japan's unique form of comic or graphic novel, is a cornerstone of Japanese culture and one of the country's most lucrative industries. Every month, more than 600 new manga titles are released, spanning a wide variety of genres to appeal to all age groups. In 2020, the manga industry was valued at an impressive 612 billion yen, highlighting its importance in the country's economy. Manga is so deeply ingrained in Japanese society that it is estimated that more paper is used for manga than for toilet paper, a testament to its enormous popularity. Beyond Japan, manga has become a global phenomenon, influencing pop culture worldwide through anime adaptations, video games, and merchandise. The stories within manga often explore a wide range of themes, from adventure and fantasy to romance, science fiction, and slice of life, making it a versatile and inclusive form of entertainment. The widespread appeal of manga is not just limited to Japan's youth, but also extends to adults with manga cafes where people can read for hours, contributing to the ongoing cultural significance of this medium. 18. Nishiyama Onsen Keiunkan, the world's oldest hotel. Nestled near Mount Fuji, Nishiyama Onsen Keiunkan holds the title of the world's oldest continually operating hotel. Having been in business since 705 AD, this traditional Japanese ryokan inn is more than just a place to stay. It is a living piece of history, having been passed down through 52 generations of the same family. Over the centuries, the hotel has hosted a variety of notable figures, including samurai warriors, political leaders, and modern celebrities, all seeking the unique experience offered by this centuries-old establishment. Nishiyama Onsen Keiunkan is renowned for its hot spring baths, which are fed directly from the nearby natural hot springs. Guests can soak in these therapeutic waters while surrounded by the serene beauty of Mount Fuji. The hotel's ability to maintain its tradition while adapting to modern times makes it an exceptional cultural treasure and a testament to Japan's commitment to preserving its heritage and hospitality. 19. Arranged marriages, a tradition in transition. While the practice of arranged marriages has seen a decline in Japan over the past few decades, it remains a significant part of the country's cultural fabric, especially in rural areas and certain social circles. Historically, marriages were arranged by families, often with the help of a nakodo, matchmaker, who would find a suitable partner based on family background, social status, and other criteria. Although most Japanese people today choose their own spouses, arranged marriages, or at least the involvement of family members in the matchmaking process, are still common in some regions. In fact, there are professional matchmaking services that continue to cater to people who prefer to leave their marriage choices to the guidance of an experienced intermediary. Despite the rise of individual choice in romantic relationships, the tradition of arranged marriages still holds value in preserving family ties, social harmony, and financial stability in certain communities. 20. Weekend marriages, a new trend in Japanese relationships. In Japan, the concept of weekend marriages has become an increasingly popular arrangement, especially among couples with demanding careers. In these marriages, partners live separately throughout the week, typically due to work commitments or living in different cities, and only reunite on weekends. This unconventional setup allows couples to balance the pressures of work and family life while still maintaining a marital relationship. The trend has gained momentum as Japan's work culture, which often involves long hours and frequent travel, makes it difficult for couples to live together full-time. While some view weekend marriages as a solution to the work-life balance dilemma, others believe it contributes to Japan's low birth rate. By not living together full-time, many couples are unable to have children or may delay starting a family, which further exacerbates the country's demographic challenges. Despite these implications, the rise of weekend marriages reflects changing attitudes toward relationships and the evolving nature of family life in Japan. Japan is a country full of surprising traditions, from the intense work culture leading to karoshi, death by overwork, to the unique beauty standard of crooked teeth. Practices like weekend marriages reflect the challenges of balancing career and family, while adult adoptions and rented family members highlight the importance of business and social harmony. Despite these fascinating customs, issues like racial discrimination, an aging population, and tattoo stigmas show the complexities of Japanese society.